What is up, everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back again with another video. In today's video, we are power ranking all 6 active rookies in the CDL, and as always, we're doing it off of the script. Before we get into the video, first off, before I do my spiel, a shout out to Breaking Point GG, as always, they're the provider of the stats for this video. They are doing great work over there. Check them out on Twitter, check out their site. They're doing phenomenal stuff. I'll link their site down below. Big shout out to those guys for all the stats they keep. It surely means a lot, and it's really helpful for videos like these. And also, of course, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like. Leave a comment down in the comment section below as well with your thoughts on the video and your thoughts on these rookies. And subscribe to the channel as well if you were enjoying the content and looking for more of it. So that's going to do it for the intro, and let's hop right into the rankings. Alright, getting us started at number 6, we have Venom. Venom, he hasn't been bad this year by any means. He is the worst, in my opinion, the weakest current rookie. Remember, this is not including Fire, who probably would be worse than Venom. Just the 6 active rookies. When you look at his stats, as you see on screen, I'll flash them on screen, and the rankings in parentheses, they are just for the rookies. They are not for the overall CDL, so it's just 1 through 6, basically. His numbers aren't the best. You know, his KDs in overall and all the game modes are pretty well towards the bottom or dead last of the group. His kills per round are not high either, so statistically, he has not been the best, and his team success really hasn't been there either, so I think it's pretty easy to rank Venom as the weakest rookie right now. It does not mean a whole lot, though. It really means nothing in terms of what to expect in the future. It's just what we've seen so far. His sample size is a bit smaller, too, than some of these guys. A few guys have a larger sample size. His isn't as big, so that could play a role in things as well. They did make a roster change. It looked like their team was playing better after the roster change. Maybe his performances will get better as well. Maybe he'll get going, but we'll see how it goes. As that team plays together, they do have the potential to play a little bit better, in my opinion, and be a better, more formidable team. Right now, they're sort of in that middle ground, and he's kind of the same way. He's not like the worst player in the CDL by any means or anything like that, but when you look at these rookies, I do think he's the weakest one. Of course, this is a pretty good group of rookies, so it's not saying he's bad, but I just think his counterparts have him right now, and we'll see how it goes for into the future. But right now, I do think Venom is comfortably the number 6 ranked rookie in the CDL. Moving right along to number 5, we have DiamondCon, and when I was thinking about playing this video out, I actually did have him. I thought he would be number 4. After looking a little closer, I do have him at number 5, but it could be really close between him and the next guy. Looking at the stats, he is tied for 3rd among the rookies in overall KD, tied for 2nd, I believe, in hardpoint KD, 5th in search and destroy KD, so that's sort of the weakest link for him right now in terms of compared to the rest of his rookie counterparts, and then tied for 3rd as well in the control KD, so he's playing well statistically. I mean, his search KD is a little bit lower than most, but we all know it's not all about KD anyway. That's just some of the stats I'm using. You'll see the rest of the stats on screen. He's been playing well, and he's kind of in an interesting spot right now because, I'm only doing the active rookies, like I said, and I'm not even sure if he is active. There's the roster mania with Hydra is definitely going to be in, and we don't know if DiamondCon or Mac is going to be out. Right now, it looks like DiamondCon actually might be the odd man out, but that's not official yet, so I still did decide to include him in this video because we did see him, from the beginning of the season till now. He does have the largest sample size among all the rookies, so we've seen plenty of him. We know what he's capable of. He's a pretty solid AR player. I do think he will, if he is out for New York right now, I do think we'll see him back in the future in some capacity, whether it's with New York or with somebody else. I think he's a talented player. I think he will definitely be back. I think there's a lot of talent there. He has performed well so far, like I said. His numbers are pretty good. He's been having a good season, and I just think he's a pretty strong player. Number 5 among these rookies, but again, it's a really good rookie class, and he could definitely, I think he could be argued as high as number 4, number 3. I have him at 5, but good player for sure, lots of potential, and we will see more from him in the future, in my opinion. But right now, he's number 5 among these rookies. Next up at number 4, we have PaulX. Looking at his stats, they are, they're pretty solid. Tied for 3rd in overall KD among these rookies. He actually is dead last among the 6 of them in hardpoint KD. He is 3rd in search and destroy KD, and then he is 1st overall among these guys in control KD. But the thing with PaulX is he has a really small sample size. I think he has the least number of maps played among any of these rookies, so for that reason, that's one of the reasons I was considering having DiamondCon over PaulX, just because we've seen more of DiamondCon. He's done it consistently throughout the season. He's been pretty solid. I think what we've seen from Paul so far, he has been a little bit better than DiamondCon. It's close, like I said. They could go either way. But I think he's been a little bit better, and the thing with him is as we see him get more maps, it could go, he could move up, and he could be playing even, if he can play like this consistently, then he'd probably climb these rankings a bit. But if he plays poorly, he could fall down these rankings a bit. So it really just depends what we see from him moving forward. Obviously, another argument for DiamondCon over Paul could be the team success. DiamondCon definitely had more of that, whereas Paul has not. Honestly, the way as I keep talking about this, I'm kind of like talking myself into having DiamondCon at number 4 and Paul at number 5. Really, though, it's interchangeable. Like I said, these guys are really close, both good players, both running an AR for their team. So I think Paul has been just a hair better than DiamondCon so far individually, because like I said, the team success definitely goes to Paul, but individually, I think Paul has him by a hair. And yeah, that's just how I feel about these guys right now. I think they are close, but I do have PaulX taking the number 4 spot among these rookies. Cracking into the top 3, we have Neptune, and he's a perfect example of why stats don't mean everything, especially KD, so that's why I've been saying I'm not only basing this off of KD. He has the 5th best overall KD among these rookies. He's tied for 4th in hardpoint KD, the 4th best search and destroy KD, and tied for 3rd in control KD, so, you know, the stats do not bear him out as a top 3 rookie, but what I'm looking at with Neptune is the potential, and he is just swimming in it. He has so much potential. Watching this guy's movement is phenomenal. He's really good at search, 1.12 KD in that. Super aggressive, makes a lot of big plays, picks up some big 2 pieces and on the flanks, running the routes. Whatever he has to do, he's really good at it. His movement is incredible, like I said. And you got to think, too, he's pretty new to Call of Duty. You know, he was a Halo player before, I believe, so he really does not know Call of Duty probably to the point where a lot of these other pros do. And that's probably holding him back some, especially in the respawns, you know, learning spawns, learning rotations, all of that stuff. As he keeps learning that stuff and picking up on it, he will get even better. I hope with the roster change, with Havoc replacing Slack, he can, because Slack was probably a good player to learn from in terms of like the game and how the game works. Hopefully Havoc can be the same for Neptune in that regard. Just keep helping him learn the game and pick up on the little things and how to play the game a little bit smarter, because his talent is sure there. He's, like I said, he's swimming in potential. So even if the stats aren't there yet, this is more of a what I think this guy can be, and I think he can be a very, very good player. So right now I have him as the 3rd best rookie in the CDL. Moving us into the top 2, we have Standy, and these are kind of him and number 1, and you know who it is by now. These guys are very close, but this is one where the stats actually match up perfectly with what I'm thinking. So Standy has the 2nd best KD among rookies, tied for 2nd in hardpoint, 2nd in search, 2nd in control. So, I mean, he's 2nd. I mean, what else can you say? He's right there at the top. He could be argued for the 1st spot for sure. You know, that consistency across game modes is good. That's awesome to see. You know, the first guy, he does not have that in terms of his control KD, but we'll get to him soon. But anyway, Standy's just been phenomenal so far, and just sort of beyond his stats, because there's so much more to it than that. Just the change of pace he brought this Minnesota team. They were struggling early into Stage 2. They made the roster change, and immediately, Standy, they came in, they 3-0'd Optic, they 3-0'd somebody else, I think. They just looked great. They got Standy in there, they're pacing, they became a much faster and more aggressive team. He was playing phenomenal, especially in Search and Destroy. I think that's what he's known for. I think he was a Search and Destroy kid, but more than that, I mean, he's just good everywhere. He's been phenomenal for them. His stats are great. His just level of play, watching him, you can tell how good he is. He's only 18 years old. He's not 0 like this screen says. He's 18, but he's just phenomenal, and he has a lot of potential. And just, there's 2 arguments. You could say they were in the honeymoon phase with him and they sort of lost it, but I don't think that's how it is. I think they're going to get even better the more they play together, because they do have the veterans attach and accuracy. They have the young gun. Priest, I mean, he's not young, but he's not a veteran either. Super talented, playing alongside Standy. I mean, those guys are just, there's a lot of potential with this Minnesota team, and I think Standy really helped them recognize that, because even before they brought Standy in, there was still a lot of potential with this team. I think they had the potential to be a top 5 team with Major Maniac, but they had not been realizing it yet. They bring in Standy, and right away they realize it. They see how good they can be, so that's awesome to see for them and for him. He's made an impact so far, and he will definitely keep doing so. So for right now, I do think Standy is the 2nd best rookie so far in the CDL, and with a little bit more of a sample size, he may even find himself in the number 1 spot. Who knows? And finally, rounding out the list at number 1, of course, it is Insight. Who else could it be right now? Just so much going well for this guy right now. He has the highest overall KD among these rookies, the highest hardpoint KD by far among these rookies, the highest search and destroy KD among these rookies, and the entire CDL by a decent margin. And then he does have the worst control KD, but who cares about control when you're playing so well in the other game modes? It's only 1 map, and he's just been phenomenal. And you just beyond the stats, I mean, what this guy did for his team when they replaced Methods, when they were for sure struggling, and at the time, I wasn't, you know, some people thought it was a really bad move. I didn't think so. I was kind of indifferent on it. I saw the downsides. I saw the upsides. And so far, all we've seen since Insight entered the lineup is the upsides. I mean, nobody had these guys winning a major in Stage 2. There's just no way. Even when they got hot, it was, all right, their Cinderella run, it's going to end. Like, they beat Optic. Okay, they're not going to win much more. They kept winning. They kept winning. They came out, they took it to FaZe. Just played phenomenal. I mean, everybody on this team stepped up, and I don't know, you can't give all the credit to Insight because, you know, those guys made their individual plays, but at the same time, everybody looks better since he's in the lineup. So is it a coincidence? I don't know. It is a small sample size with him, but I mean, who cares about sample size when you beat Dallas, you beat Optic, you beat Minnesota, and you beat FaZe? I don't care what your sample size is. You're a freaking good player if you can do that, and he might have been, I don't think he was the best player during their finals run, but throughout the stage, you could argue he was their best player. He was just really good. Like I said, he's leading the whole entire CDL in search and destroy KDs, playing great in search, great in hardpoint, anchoring this team, playing that main AR role when he replaced Methods. And like I said, it was a risk at the time, and so far that risk has surely paid off, and it probably will continue to do so. So I don't not think Toronto's a flash in the pan. I think they will continue to be a really good team on the backs of their prowess in search. They are the best search team in the league. They looked really good in the respawns too, so everything going their way right now. They're a really solid team, and a lot of it is thanks to Insight. So for that reason, I think he is the #1 rookie in the CDL. So that's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, I hope you did. Leave a like down below and a comment as well with your power rankings. Let me know what you think about these rookies, because there's so many good ones and they're so fun to talk about. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the content and looking for more CDL videos, because there will be plenty of them. You know, the season picks back up again this week, so there'll be videos like always during that. So yeah, that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.